This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So we just finished wrapping up Halloween, and a lot of people want to know, who are selling or buying a home.
Yeah.
Do you have to disclose whether someone died in your home? Because they might think it's haunted if the person died in your home, whatever the cause may be.
Yeah.
So Johnny Jennings, do you have to tell the person if somebody died in your home?
So the short answer is yes, and the long answer is it depends. Short answer is if they died less than 3 years ago, you automatically have to disclose that. The seller has to disclose that. Now, if it was longer than 3 years ago, because some cultures care a lot about this.
So is there some kind of expiration date? 3 years, everything's been cleaned out, everything's good?
Yeah, the spirits have left.
What's the 3 years mean?
I don't know. I don't know why 3 years, but after 3 years, you don't have to disclose on the seller disclosures that somebody passed in the home.
There's probably still the chalk outline, though, in the bedroom, right?
It wasn't a murder. Grandma just went on to...
Grandma, it was time for her to go.
And so, but if the buyer specifically asks the seller, hey, did anybody die in this home that you're aware of, whether it's been 3 years or longer, the seller needs to disclose.
Does that include pets?
Interesting question. I don't know. Here's what I would say. I really don't know. I don't think of pets as something that I would have to disclose.
Yeah.
But
my goldfish died. Do I need to disclose that?
Yeah, that's the question. That's where I'm not sure what constitutes a pet.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you mean what constitutes a pet?
Like is a goldfish?
A bird.
Is a goldfish? Is a bird? Are you talking about a dog?
A hamster?
A horse?
A horse? There you go.
You know, like where how far are we going
my
with this?
guinea pig? Right.
When in doubt, I would disclose, hey, this is what happened in the home. Because it may be, the reason why they're asking is because it means a lot to them.
Sure.
And so the last thing you want to do is try to figure out where that line is. When in doubt, disclose.
And sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be in the home, right? It's on the property, right?
Yeah.
So it could be in the front yard, the backyard, out
just
on
disclose.
Yeah.
And then also...
in the garden. Because remember, in The Godfather... Remember, where did he die? He died in the garden. He didn't necessarily die in the house. Remember he had a heart attack? Don't you remember The Godfather?
I don't
Don't tell me
remember.
you haven't seen The Godfather.
I did. I have a friend who really likes those movies, and so I sat down one day and watched all of them while smoking his cigars. Because I was like,
nice.
hey, these are great cigar movies.
That is a great weekend right there.
It was a good weekend.
Wow.
But I don't remember everything.
He had a heart attack while doing some gardening with his grandson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so they'd have to disclose that. If they wanted to sell their mafia house to some couple from Idaho, they would have to disclose that, yes, the Godfather died in the garden, right?
Yeah. Yep. So maybe, I don't know. We'll look
Have
into
you
that.
ever come across a listing that you've dealt with where they had to disclose that someone died in the home? You've never had that experience?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the one that stands out to me, really, really sad situation. You don't hear about this a lot, but first responders, I was unaware, but first responders have a high suicide rate.
Really?
Yeah, like firefighters have a high suicide rate because they're having to deal with horrific things. Like you don't call the firefighter when everything's great. You call the firefighter, or you call 911 when there's an issue. And but who do the firefighters call? When they're dealing with this stuff. And I guess this one guy, I believe he was a fire captain, and he just shot himself in the head.
Really?
Yeah, and so he was single, didn't have any kids, and the sister contacted us and was wanting to sell the house. And she disclosed it up front. We disclosed it to all parties, but yeah.
How did people feel about that when you disclosed that to them? What was their reaction? Were they a little hesitant?
I didn't disclose the whole situation.
Oh, you just disclosed that somebody had died in the house?
Yeah. I said that they killed themselves. Like, I didn't say it was a firefighter and his sister, all that stuff, but like...
Does that make people hesitant, though?
Depends on the buyer. There are some buyers out there that absolutely would pass on the home. They would 100% not make an offer. And it's typically, in my experience, it's an offer or no offer. It's not like, oh, well, that decreases the home value by $20,000. Either they're interested or not interested in those types of situations.
Right. Interesting. I'm also curious what you think about this story. So
I looked it up real
Go
quick.
ahead.
In California, you do need to disclose any deaths on a property in the last 3 years, whether they're inside the home or outside the home.
Got it.
Yeah.
Not including pets.
Yeah.
Got it.
Not including pets.
And I guess because that's a concern for some people. I know that in my house, someone passed away. An elderly person passed away. Yeah, before we purchased it. But it wasn't a big deal. We didn't care,
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious what you think about this. There's a real estate agent in Idaho who's willing to pay free listings. He's offering free listings for liberals who want to move out of Idaho. He wants to have more of a conservative community where he lives, and he is tired of the liberal ideology and all the junk. And he's like, you know what? I want something better for my family. And so if you're a liberal, if you have that mindset, I want you out of here. And so I'm willing to list your home for free if you just move out of state. Maybe it's not completely out of state, but at least in his, I think they call the town Eagle. But
moving out of, if you move next door, if you move to the town next door, I'll list it for
exactly.
free.
What do you think about that?
I think that's...
the first question people were asking is that
hilarious.
legal? They were asking, is that legal? Because you can't do something like that.
Why not?
Well, that's what the reporters and different folks were asking. Hey, this guy, he can't
Probably
be just showing favoritism for certain types of people. But I guess your political affiliation is not a protected class.
That's my understanding.
Right?
No. So there's I think 6. Last I heard, there's 6 protected classes, and political affiliation is not one of them. At least not in California.
So he's getting some fairly good responses from people.
So I think that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious. My first reaction was, ooh, that's going to irritate a lot of people. But then my next thought was, well, he's going to get some cheap liberals who say, absolutely, I'll take you up on that. I don't care what you believe politically, but I want to save some money.
Right.
And so they're gonna take him up on it. But probably what's going to happen more is people who are more in line with his political affiliation or his beliefs.
I like this guy.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Let's get him out of here. And they're gonna want to work with him whether buying or selling. So
he says 90% of his clients are California conservatives that have moved there from California.
Okay, so I mean that's only impacting him maybe 10%.
He wants to do a little trading here.
Some horse trading.
Bring your California conservatives. Yeah. I'll send you my Idaho liberals, and I'll list your home for free. Isn't that cool?
That's different. That's different.
I think it's creative marketing. It's creative marketing. It is a risk, obviously. When in business, you have to be careful about who you offend and what you say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This guy's doing well enough where he feels like the plus side is worth the negative side.
I don't know. What do you think?
Outweighs it.
So this is something I wrestle with internally. Like I try to be very neutral. Like
Sure.
I don't want to offend anybody. Sometimes personal beliefs can cloud people's judgment or perception of you. Like if they think if you believe a certain thing, then you're horrible. It doesn't matter what else you're doing. It's either black or white. Either you like them or you don't. And there's a lot of great people out there that believe, a wide variety of things.
Sure, absolutely.
And so I'm trying to be more neutral in all that. What do you think? Should I be more like, hey, this is what I believe, this is what I stand for? Or what would you do?
I don't know. You're right. It's something to think about. I think it also depends on what line of business you're in. Mm-hmm. If you've got margin and room to do stuff like that, like for instance, you have Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah. Who's
very successful. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A for the most part, but they haven't been shy about their views on certain things and who they donate money to. So you have even corporations, you have even celebrities who have been, you know what, I don't care what people think. This is what I'm going to do. But I think it just depends on why does your personal life have to bleed into your business life? If it calls for that, then I get it. But if it doesn't call for that, then why?
The reason why I'm wrestling with this is people want me to be more authentic. They want to make sure that, hey, Johnny is who Johnny is. Like people care about that stuff. They want to work with people who are like them. Like what do they say? That they know, like, and trust. And they want to know that we have similar beliefs. It just makes people feel more comfortable with you. And so the idea of niching down into people that believe
Well, don't tell them you're a Raiders fan, because then
Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding.
I've never seen a football. So I will say this. This might irritate football people, but I have never watched a football game from beginning to end. I have never made it from beginning to end.
I mean, some people are not sports fans. I get it.
Yeah, some people are pro, some people are anti. I really don't care.
I don't like golf at all. I don't get the appeal of it.
Boo.
See, exactly.
No,
See,
I don't like golf either.
Well, you don't? I thought you play golf every once in a while, right? On a regular basis, don't you?
I go to the golf course. What I do, I don't think you could call playing golf.
Do you own your own set of clubs?
I do.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I'm not a golfer. I really just go to hang. So I like going to the golf course to hang out with people.
You like driving the golf cart?
I like driving the golf cart, smoking the cigars, hanging out. Right.
Sure.
Like that's why I go. I don't do it because I enjoy the sport. I don't watch if I'm going to a football game or a UFC fight or something like that. I'm not going because I love the sport. I'm going for the people.
Yeah.
I'm going for the interaction. That's what I enjoy more about sporting events rather than the actual sport itself.
It's a good way to network and connect with people because it's one of those things where people can let their guard down and they're having fun and they're enjoying themselves and you get to know people.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So when we come back though, we got an interesting question that we're going to answer.
Thinking about selling your home before the holidays, but don't want to go through all those showings and stagings and getting your house clean and organized, doing those costly repairs? Guess what? There's an easy way to do it. Just reach out to Johnny Jennings and the Tom Daves team with Made for More Realty. They promise to get you at least 3 cash offers on your home, at least 3 in as-is condition. There's a reason why they have over 800 5-star Google reviews, why they have been #1 in Roseville for the past 3 years. 3 cash offers on your home. Just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.